And a good day to you too, Father.
All assholes. All of them. Okay, they're still here. Oh, let's go talk to them. Should I talk to Bishop Valoran? Maybe. Let's see if we get any options about his plans or something. Oh yes, we get a lot of options. Leave Casa and return tomorrow. Provoke Valoran and mention Casa. Oh my god, those are a lot of options here. Tomorrow was the decision, right, from the king.
About Bartholomew's confession.
Maybe you can get him to confess.
I do not believe my prior can do more than you could, Henry.
Perhaps he knows he will die, no matter what he says.
Ooh, should I try to provoke him and see how he reacts? Or should I just let him be like surprised about this? I should probably let him be surprised about it. But leave the castle? Let's do this one.
He confessed to everything, but he asks for clemency for his children.
Good. I will let my brother know what we have achieved today once he returns from the hunt.
Good, Philip. You did well.
Okay.
Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
Yes, there is not much a monk can do here.
Yes, your bishop and I will do what we can to help your priory.
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Sharing. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, plus all other arable land and low-lying pasture.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king...
Ah, yes. Of course, I have not forgotten the worries of my bishops. The Earl of Sharing himself, Percy here, solved this problem for me. Thanks to him, I can uphold my promise. Don't worry, Bishop Waleran. Kingsbridge shall be rebuilt. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward, Prior.
Oh yeah, I guess he didn't mention me before.
My brother, may I present to you Philip of Gwynedd?
My king.
You seem afraid. What are you worried about?
Just be humble.
I'm worried because I don't have a clean robe to wear.
Then stop worrying. I like a monk to look like a monk, not like a king. Now, about the arrangement between you and Percy Hamley. He insisted that I give the sheep grazings
Okay,
belonging
he's
to the former
sticking to his
Earl
words.
the Priory of Kingsbridge. The Priory will also have the right to take stone from the Earl's quarry and timber from his forest. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan you two have devised. It shall be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing the rebuilding of the cathedral
Yes.
yourself.
Wonderful.
Great.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Waleran, in this pressing matter. After all you have done for me.
Thank you, Lord King.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children, Richard and Aliena. While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land, they shall go free, wherever they are.
That's nice.
Be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
My husband and I were terrified when we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge. It is a blessing that we can help him and his priory now.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
He went to see Bartholomew in a cell. You rode with William to Bishop's Palace and uncovered Valoran's secret. Valoran's servant thinks you are a thief and is suspicious of your motives. You made a very lucrative pact with the Hamleys. Bishop Valoran believes you betrayed him. At one point, during that speech or conversation with the king, it sounded like that he gave, all the land and stuff to help the cathedral, but then that Valoran would take care of it instead or something. But I guess that wasn't the case. I don't know. It sounded strange. A few weeks later, huh? Ooh, they're making progress.
Is everyone ready? Yes, everyone will be there.
Trees falling.
But how are we to pray and contemplate like this? I don't dare even to send my choir out there.
We shall get used to it, all of us.
We must be thankful for all of this, for each noise, each face that disturbs us here.
I suppose so. They're rebuilding your cathedral.
We shall start with the chancel, then gradually work our way from east to west. That's the way it's done, the way I was taught to do it.
I value your enthusiasm, my dear Mason, but so far we're only cleaning up. I haven't even considered hiring a master builder yet. Neither you nor anyone else.
May I show you some drawings?
By all means.
Okay. Section, floor plan, elevation. A frontal view of the church. It's less abstract than the floor plan. Could be a good place to start. The outline of the foundation. This is where construction begins. But for a layman, it may be hard to comprehend. Okay. The side view of one of the aisle's walls. It helps to understand proportion. Maybe I should begin here.
You look here first. Imagine you're standing in the center of the nave, looking at the wall. This is what you see.
Are those windows?
Right, but that's not all.
Ooh boy. The clerestory windows light the nave from above. In size, they make up 2/3 of the upper half. That's smaller than the arcade and twice the size of the gallery. 3 windows above each arc of the arcade. No light will come through here. Behind them is the lean-to roof of the aisle. The bottom half is hardly a wall at all. It's a row of columns joined by arches. Light shines past the arcades and into the naves. Okay, is it going to be important where I like start and stuff?
On the lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle. Starting right in the middle is the tribune gallery. Shall I go on?
Yes, of course. I was just thinking.
Okay.
Keep going.
Maybe I need to keep it simple or
On
something.
top are the clear story windows.
I can see you have put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
8 to 10 years with 60 masons. 15 years with 30 masons. Let's do this one.
Well, that depends on how many people you employ. If you can afford 60 masons, you could build the whole church at once instead of working from east to west. That might take 8 years, maybe 10.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
Okay. But we should do the bottom right then, and the other one for last.
If you were facing the cathedral with the front wall torn down, you would see it like this.
Interesting. What's that, coming out from above the entrance?
Where's the entrance? Buttress. Is this the entrance? Nave? Roof? I don't know what the entrance is. This doesn't look like an entrance. No need to mention the foundation. It's very deep and a lot of work, but I'd rather focus on more impressive details. I won't tell him about the ceiling yet. I drew it almost impossibly high. I had to. The prior needs to be impressed. Okay.
The nave will be about 32 feet high and will appear even higher.
Drawing the eye heavenward with its loftiness.
Well said. A chamber worthy of God.
I always wondered how walls this high could hold up so well.
I like how this is like an actual, you know, when you like go to a client and you want to impress them with your proposal, and you always like add a little bit of extra flavor to it, so they're like a little bit more impressed than maybe they would be otherwise. 2 round-topped archways, half the height of the nave. The stone walls provide support for the nave. This maybe.
You recognize the aisles?
Of course. I've been in quite a few churches in my time.
Did you know then that their purpose is to support the nave?
Fascinating. I must say, you do know your craft, Master Builder.
Thank you. It's either 3 halves or double the height of the nave. A higher tower is more impressive, but also more costly.
That's the tower, of course.
I thought so, but why is it right above the nave? Shouldn't it be closer to the transept?
Oh, don't be fooled. The tower is, of course, farther back, but one cannot show depth in a drawing.
You idiot.
Of course. How high will it be?
Twice as high. Oh, let's be like this.
How high would you like it to be?
Oh, I am not looking for another Tower of Babel. Just for something modest, yet awe-inspiring. What about the other drawings?
Guess he means this.
When we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors, and buttresses. Now for that, we need a plan like this, to tell us where to place our pegs and string.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Exactly.
If it was cut in half. Transept gives the church its cross-like shape. Here it starts right in the middle towards the channel or something? Chapel. With 2 bays, it's perfectly blah. What was that? Perfectly proportioned, okay. Chancel, that's what it's called. The chancel faces the sunrise in the east. I want it to be 4 bays long, enough to look impressive without costing too much.
The chancel will have 4 bays.
What about the nave?
Oh, do I have that here?
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
Are you not impressed? He doesn't sound impressed.
I can see the transept is 2 bays wide, so it will be 12 in total. It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small?
Can you afford to build bigger? Let's do this one. Smaller, but not less impressive.
It would be smaller, but not less impressive.
I guess a small cathedral would be closer to our means. It is still also uncertain. The king grants us timber and stone and wool from Shiring's pastures. But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
About 350. 3,000 pounds at least. Pessimistic. No more than 3,000 pounds. Optimistic. It's always good to estimate more than, you know, you need. Because otherwise it might be disappointing. At the same time, to convince someone is probably be like, oh yeah, don't worry, it's just that cheap. But I'm gonna be like this.
You never know what might happen. But give or take, we'll need at least £3,000.
I've spent the last few weeks working out the annual income of the Priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year. And we spend every penny. So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
Because it's in my name. My last name is Builder. Obviously I need to be the Builder because I want to fully exercise my skill, because I've seen it done badly, because it gives meaning to a man's life, because it will be so beautiful.
Because he wants to teach people all.
Oh no, don't
Is
say
that
that.
so? Then answer me this one last question.
That's what I answered.
If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day to teach people to be good? Or one of Paradise to remind them of God's mercy?
Show them hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things.
No.
I'd rather see trees and animals.
Show them hell. I love it. No.
It should be the promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
Yes.
This is quite exciting, isn't it, brother?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Francis.
I'm just glad that I can be a part of this. In the past year, I was often afraid that my involvement in politics might turn out, well, let's just say that I'm glad that I can still be by your side, Philip. And for that, I thank God. And I thank you too.
Papa, will there be statues inside?
Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played.
Alright, I think that went well. He seemed somewhat impressed. Money seems not to be an issue.
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
Contract of employment. Nice. Good thing it's a contract. I, Philip of Gwynedd, in representation of Kingsbridge Priory, hereby assign Tom Builder as master builder for the construction of Kingsbridge Cathedral. The Priory will provide £200 a year to be used for materials and craftsmen. The pace of construction shall be adjusted accordingly and adhere to plans approved by the Priory. In exchange for his work, Tom Builder and his family are to receive a private house and the right to attend all common meals of the Priory. The contract is subject to change with the Priory's financials and gives a future prospect of additional payment to compensate for the Master Builder's work. Signed, Prior Philip of Gwynedd and Tom Builder. Cool. Well, they cleaned it up pretty well. All this rubble is gone. I guess they didn't maybe find the corpse of James, I'm guessing. Tom can draw so well. I must watch him very, very closely till I can draw like that too. Where did they put all the horses? Where did they put all the horses? Where did they put all the horses? Oh, the horses. Let's see, anyone I can talk to here? Tom said it takes many years to build a cathedral, but only one night to burn it down. Did I do right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't like them. They always shouted at me as if I was stupid. I'm not talking to them. Okay. Stables, just seeing... Oh, that's his mother. I think she's staring at... Wait, what? I think she's starting to like it here. Even with all the noise and the monks. Let's maybe talk to her.
Jack, do me a favour and give Paul these herbs, will you?
But he's a monk. You don't like monks.
Well, it turns out not all of them are bad.
Oh, would you look at that? How
Still,
religious.
be careful before you trust any one of them.
He's still bad.
There he is!
Me?
Give our prior the welcome he deserves!
You know, I am only following God's will.
Prepare to raise the bell! Make the prior proud!
Well, thank you.
Go on, Jack. Don't forget about Paul's herbs.
Where have I seen that woman before?
No, Ed. Forget it. Which one is Paul? I don't remember. Is it one of... Is it the... No, that's Andrew, right?
I don't think Paul is among them. Mother said
Oh, he's at the bridge. For some reason I missed that. They clapped their hands for Philip, as if they wanted everyone to hear that he was coming. So much noise. Can I look at the bell? No. Hey, Alfred. Is he nicer to me now after all these weeks?
Hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm supervising. Tom asked me to. We see eye to eye now, you know.
Oh.
He asks me things and I can say yes or no.
Cool.
Huh.
Hey, did you tell him that I had trouble with him?
No, it was all him.
Right. I have to carve up some steaks later. If you want, you can help me.
Cool.
Or you can do whatever the hell it is you're doing all day. It's your call.
I'm glad they're friendly now. Oh. Oh, it was just a whole... Yeah, I don't want to tell him that it was me, right? So it's like... Make it look like Tom thought about it himself and realized it himself. Which would probably mean more, but whatever. Ooh, it's so green now. All this grass. Nice. Oh, that's Paul. This old man. He looks like an old tree. I think he's as ancient as the forest. One day I'll be just like him.
Oh, good day, boy. If you see your mother, tell her the pain's gotten worse. I think I might take her up on our offer now. Oh, don't you ever get as old as I am, boy. 'Tis not natural.
Well, we shall see.
This is from my mother.
Oh, bless her. Boy, whatever Remedius says, your mother is a saint.
Yeah, what does Remedius say exactly? Oh, hey, the bell.
Is that the bell? Can you see it from here? A bell without a cathedral. Your father certainly had strange ideas.
It might be. What's a bell?
Oh, come on, boy. Oh, hey, it's her. She just here now?
Excuse me? You. I remember you. You're the boy with no father.
Actually, I have two fathers now.
Is that so?
Yes. Tom Builder and Jack Sherburg.
I thought you weren't the builder's son.
Well, I am now.
I have to say, Prior Philip told me there would be a lot of sheep here. I can see he wasn't exaggerating.
You know Philip too?
I do. He's the reason I'm here. Is he around?
He should be around somewhere. Busy man, that fellow. But don't worry. You probably won't have to look for him for long.
All right. Thank you.
What if she knows that Philip's sent a letter and that's kinda why her dad is, dead? This looks pretty. Okay, someone ominous watching us. Is it the bishop?
Shall we go after them?
It's William and Walter.
No. Now we know where we can find them.
Ha! Ho!
Dude, the king said they're safe. You can't do this.
My bishop, William Hamley, has returned to see you.
Send him in, Timothy. We have much to discuss.
Well, that was that then. You gave a pessimistic estimation of the cost of construction. You chose an image of paradise for the new cathedral's tympanum. Whatever. Nobody found out about Francis' involvement in a conspiracy. Lady Aliena! Why does she want to talk to Philip? Bishop Valoran began scheming against Kingsbridge. You finished book 1.
Next time on The Pillars of the Earth, find out what happened to me and my brother Richard after the siege of our father's castle. What will the future hold in store for Kingsbridge? The Pillars of the Earth, Sowing the Wind.
Yeah, unfortunately that is all for the first book. Next book comes out sometime later this year. Really looking forward to it. I'm actually enjoying this quite a bit so far. I don't know too much about, about like religion and all that kind of stuff. But it's interesting so far. I'm really curious to see what Aliena's story is and what kind of the future storyline I guess is of Jack when he's older. I'm guessing it's gonna happen. Looking at the cathedral that you just showed, that had to be several years in the future. So, but yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. And yeah, as soon as the next book comes out, we'll continue with the story and see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.